All right, so we're going to do 304 today, factoring more practice. So I'm going to do the left side and pause, and then have you try the right side, all the B's. And then when we get to the back, you've just got this guided practice 1 through 6 to try on your own and submit through Google Classroom. So I broke them into the categories. So the first thing you should always look for is greatest common factor. So what am I going to pull out of each of these terms? A 2x. So whatever I'm going to divide both of those terms by really needs to go in front of the parentheses to be correct. So what do I have left? I have x plus 10 left. So that's the factored form of part A. So now you should pause the video and try part B. So now I'm going to put the answer for part B. So hopefully you already tried it. My greatest common factor would be 3x. And what do I have left? X squared plus 7. So 3x times x squared plus 7. So we're just practicing factoring. We're not solving these right now. So the difference of squares is when you've got two terms and one is a perfect square and the other is a perfect square and there's a minus sign in between. So on this first one, the pattern is going to be two binomials. You take the square root of each term. So I would have x times x and 10 times 10. One gets a plus and the other gets a minus, so that when you add the outer plus the inner, it adds up to 0x. So I just get x squared and negative 100. So now you should pause the video and try 2b on your own before I put the answer. So now I'm going to put the answer. So it would be 2x plus 5 times 2x minus 5. And I put a note here that we can't factor the sum of two squares. That would be prime. And the reason for that is if we try x plus 3 times x plus 3, because that makes sense, that factors into x squared plus 6x plus 9. So we get that extra 6x term that we don't want. All right, so then our next step was perfect square trinomial, but I could also lump that into 3 and 4 together with the diamond method. So you're going to get x in each parenthesis, x times x. You're looking for the factors of 16 that add up to negative 8. So that would be negative 4 times negative 4, right? So x minus 4, x minus 4. And the fancy way that you can write a perfect square trinomial is like that, x minus 4 squared. So now you're going to pause the video and try 3b on your own. So now I'm going to show you the answer to 3b. It would be x plus 6 times x plus 6, right? So x plus 6 squared. So those were perfect square trinomials. We used the same diamond method down here at the bottom. So I'll just do one example for you. You can pause the video and try B, C, and D, and then check your answers. So I put an X in each parenthesis, and I put 40 at the top and 14 at the bottom. So what are the factors of 40 that add up to 14? So 4 times 10, of course. So X plus 4, x plus 14 are my two factors. So now please pause the video and try B, C, and D using the diamond method, and then unpause the video to check your answers. The only way you're going to get better at this is if you're actually practicing and trying these methods. That's why I'm doing this for another day. Okay, I'm going to show the answers now. So x times x, I was looking for the factors of 32 that added up to negative 12. So that sounds like negative 8 times negative 4. So x minus 8, x minus 4 is my solution. In the next example, I put an x in each. So I'm looking for the factors of 48 that add up to negative 14. So that sounds like negative 8 times negative 6. So x minus 8, x minus 6. So if you practice Finding those factors can be challenging. That's why it takes practice. All right, so put an X in each. So I'm looking for the factors of -5, and they have to add up to +4. So +5 and -1, x plus 5, x minus 1. All right, in the last factoring method that we used, I'll do 5a, and you can pause it and then try 5b. So you use this when you've got a trinomial, but your a value is now bigger than 1, so I can't just write an x in each. So you set up something called the box. So you're going to put 3x squared in the top left and -5 in the bottom right. And you have to do 3 times -5. So that would be -15. They have to add to -14. So that would be what? +15 and -1? Nope. -15 and +1, right? Because I want to get -14 when I add them up. So -15x and 1x. It doesn't matter which box you put them in. But now when I select what I want to put out here, I need to get 3x squared. I want to strategically put the 3x in the same row as the 15, right? Because then I can do 3x times -5 and x times 1, and then voila, -5 times 1 is -5. So my solution is x minus 5 times 3x plus 1. So you are going to pause the video and try part B, doing the box method. So now I'm going to show you the solution to part B. So you should have tried this on your own first. It's the only way you're going to get better is by practice. So I'm looking for the factors of 8 that add up to 9. So 8 and 1, 8x, 1x. So it looks like I want to put 2x times x, 1, and 4. So x plus 4 times 2x plus 1. Hopefully that's what you got. You can always FOIL it out to double check. X times 2x is 2x squared. 1x plus 8x gives you 9x, and 4 times 1 gives you 4. So, yep, I've checked, and that is the correct solution. So now you really have no help to do the guided practice. This is really going to be you doing the guided practice. Just make a note, they all say equals 0. So at the end, I'm looking for the actual solutions. Like up here, you would have said x equals 5 or -1/3. Up here, all you had to do was factor. So I want your final answers on 1 through 6 posted to the assignment in Google Classroom.